pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Let the record show that all members of the City Council are present tonight, with the exception of Councilman Morgan. There is a copy of the Open Meetings Act posted in the meeting room and is accessible to the public at any time during the course of this meeting. Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. All items under the consent agenda are considered to be routine by the City Council and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member or citizen so requests. First item on the agenda is approve agenda as submitted. Receive and place on file all notices pertaining to this meeting. Item C, receive and place on file all materials having any bearing on this meeting. Item D, approval of minutes of regular meeting on November 7th, 2016 as on file in the City Clerk's office. Item E, approval of the Treasurer's Report of Claims. E1, approval of Beatrice Humane Society claim in the amount of $5,000. E2, approval of Clabaugh Pharmacy claim in the amount of $600. E3, approval of the balance of the Treasurer's Report of Claims in the amount of $818,144.57. Item F, approval of Boswell Report of Claims in the amount of $92,143.73. Item G, award proposal from Diode Technologies in the amount of $63,255 for a new phone system. Item H, resolution number 5981, executing the annual certification form for the Nebraska Department of Roads for the period of October 1st, 2015 through September 30th, 2016. And item I, resolution number 5982, entering into an agreement with Hannah Keelan Associates PC for professional services to conduct a blight substandard determination study and conduct a general redevelopment plan for redevelopment area number 8. Is there any item that a councilman would like removed from the agenda? Mr. Kerr?
Aye.
Item I. Mr. Clabaugh?
Mayor, I'll abstain from E2.
And you'll abstain from E2. Is there anybody from the public that... Phil?
Abstain from E1.
All right, thank you, Phil. Anybody from the public that wants anything removed from the consent agenda? All right, Mr. Catlin?
Mayor, I move that all the items listed under the consent agenda, with the exception of item I, be approved, accepted, and are ratified as presented.
Second.
Moved by Catlin, seconded by Billsbach, that all items under the consent agenda be approved with the exception of item I. Your vote, please. And that is approved 7-0. 7-0.
Mayor, I move the resolution number 5982, entering into an agreement with Hannah Keelan Associates, PC, for professional services to conduct a blighted/substandard determination study and conduct a general redevelopment plan for redevelopment area number 8, be approved, accepted, and or ratified as presented.
Second.
Moved by Catlin, seconded by Kerr, that resolution number 5982 be discussed further.
I just, this is up at the old hospital, right?
That's correct.
Do we have somebody interested in doing something up there?
We have somebody that's looking at the possibility of maybe some type of development in that area. And obviously,
Housing development or?
well, yes, one of the tools we would need to either demolish the old hospital or refurbish it somehow would be TIF.
Okay. So that's gonna cost us $6,500 for the study.
Actually, I don't think so. I think there's an agreement that we put together that it would be shared cost with two other parties.
Okay. That's just what I was gonna ask. I had heard that and I just wanted to.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Any other comments or questions about it? Anybody from the public? All right, your vote, please. And that is approved 7-0. Next item on the agenda is resolution. That's 4A, resolution number 5983, establishing the open records operating procedure for the city of Beatrice, Nebraska, and the fees to be charged to persons for accessing approved open public records.
Mayor, I move that resolution number 5983 be passed and adopted.
Moved by Catlin, seconded by Billsbach, that resolution number 5983 be passed and adopted. Mr. Templemeyer?
If you look on page 51 of your packet, you can see the changes that are made to our current public records ordinance or resolution. What we noticed when we started going through some things was the zoning office charges for large prints that they make, some maps and whatnot, but we didn't have anywhere in our fee resolution or anywhere else that they could charge those additional fees. And so this seemed like the most appropriate place to put it. So we added item C there that basically just says that for large maps, the engineering department will charge these fees. It's the only change that was made to the procedure.
Ted?
Just for clarification, and one of those questions that I know the answer to, but I get asked this from time to time. When different departments charge these fees, they don't go directly back to the department, they all go back to the general fund, right?
Yes, I mean, those funds will go back to the general fund. And now, obviously, if you go to street department, it'll go to street department funds. You go to electric department, you buy something from them, it'll go to the electric department.
Yeah, it's just one of those questions that you get asked all the time. You know, they're charging it because it, helps their budget. No, it doesn't. It's not, it doesn't pay for lunches, it doesn't do this, it goes back to the general fund, so.
Any other questions? Anyone from the public? And your vote, please. And that is approved, 7-0. Resolution number 5983 has been passed and adopted. Next item is item B, resolution number 5984, authorizing the mayor to sign the contracts with M.E. Collins Contracting Company, Inc. for project ENH-61056, the 2nd Street to Ella project on behalf of the city of Beatrice.
Mayor, I move that resolution number 5984 be passed and adopted.
Second.
By Catlin, seconded by Kerr, that resolution number 5984 be passed and adopted. Discussion.
This is a project we've talked about for quite some time. This is the 2nd Street project from Court Street to Ellis Street. We have a grant from the Department of Roads for this project. They went out for bids. They received back one bid, that being from M.E. Collins out of Wahoo. You can see the bid amount there is $837,550.65. The city's share of that is 20%. So if you do the math, it's about $167,500 is the city's share of that. We are working on getting a cost estimate for the portion that is on the Historical Society's property. And as of this afternoon, James did not have that breakout yet from the engineering department that's working on this. So our total cost will be $167 less whatever it is that's being done on the Historical Society's property. We budgeted $150,000, so we're going to be right in line with what our budget was. They're looking to start construction in July, maybe as early as June, but probably July.
Rick?
What was the bid before, that number before, was it a couple of years ago?
I believe the cost estimate when we did this,
2009.
we applied in 2009 was $250,000 was our cost estimate in 2009 when we originally applied.
So the south end of it, the intersection of 2nd and Court, how far out does it go?
This project goes through the intersection. It's going to stop at basically the crosswalk.
Okay,
It's not going to go into Court Street.
okay,
North,
north,
it's going to go through the intersection north, and then our project will pick up and go from there. What you'll see, though, is the dips, what most people know in that intersection, will turn. We're going to put inlets in. You're going to see the water go underground, and out through tubes rather than being carried through the valley gutters.
So essentially, on the north end, it encompasses the intersection and about where the crosswalk or the sidewalk would be, so in normal, 6 to 8 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, and so then that's all gonna be brick?
Yes.
Okay. And then our project takes up from there?
Correct. Our project will start from there. We'll run north, probably pretty close, if not through the intersection with Grant Street, and that portion will all be concrete.
Not that they probably told you, but on the south end where it ties into the highway, what is, it looks as asphalt now, but what's under there? Do you know?
I don't know. The highway, a lot of times it's brick with asphalt laid on top of it. I don't know if that's what's there or if it's anything separate. Different. I don't know.
Okay, because, well, that was what, was south there by north of Dempster's on 77, so, okay,
That's perfect.
that's it.
So our project, the further north end of it, is going to run after the other one's completed?
No, we're going to go out for bid here. We'll go out for bid probably in the next 2 weeks. Our idea is to have them timed up so it runs concurrent. And so you have the street closed down at one time rather than closing it down in July, them doing their project, and then us coming back in October or sometime
Do we have
different.
a day deadline on the bid process, how, they give 90 days to get it completed, or less or more?
Yes, James is working on putting all that in there, so you have certain start dates, you have certain stop dates. It has a number of construction days once they get started, and so all that will be in the bid documents to pin down the contractor to know that they have to start by June 1st, they have to be done by October 1st, and once they start, they only get 60, 90 days, whatever working days he figures is appropriate.
Any other questions on this side? Mr. Kerr?
The curb, are they going back with that old, is that the
Limestone?
way we're bidding it with the,
Yes, the curb on 2nd Street between Court and Ella will go back with the old limestone curb. They're going to take it out, they're going to clean it up, they're going to put it back in.
okay.
6, 8 months.
Any other discussion? Anyone from the public? All right, your vote, please. And that is approved 7-0. Resolution number 5984 has been passed and adopted. Next item is an ordinance to repeal sections 24-106, 24-107, 24-108, 24-109, 24-110, and 24-111 of the Beatrice City Code regarding fire insurance tax.
Mayor, I move the said ordinance be given number 16-058, the title therefore be approved, the rules be suspended, and said ordinance be read by number only 3 times tonight.
Second.
Moved by Catlin, seconded by Parde, that ordinance 16-058 be given the title, the rules be suspended, and said ordinance be read by number only 3 times tonight. A motion to suspend the rules is not debatable. Your vote, please. And that is approved 7-0. Ordinance number 16-058 by number the first time. Ordinance number 16-058 by number the second time. And ordinance number 16-058 by number the third and final time.
Mayor, I move that ordinance number 16-058 be passed and approved.
Second.
Moved by Catlin, second by Parde, that ordinance number 16-058 be passed and approved. Discussion.
This is part of our ongoing process to just continue to update our city codes. These code sections dealt with a tax, essentially we put on everybody who issued fire insurance. We charged them $5 a year. All that money was supposed to go to the voluntary fire department. We no longer have a voluntary fire department, and last time we did this, we raised $80. We spent more in administrative costs tracking the $80 than we received, and so our recommendation was that we just repealed these code sections. They were kind of from a bygone era, and so our recommendation is that you just repeal these.
Comments?
$80 was a lot of money back in 1956.
Might have been back then.
Any other questions or comments? Anyone from the public? All right, your vote, please. And that is approved 7-0. Ordinance number 16-058 has been passed and approved. Next item is ordinance vacating Lot 19 in the west 105 feet of Lot 20, I.N. McConnell's subdivision of the south half of the southwest quarter of Section 32, Township 4 North, Range 6 East of the 6th Principal Meridian, Beatrice, Gage County, Nebraska.
Mayor, I move the said ordinance be given number 16-059, the title therefore be approved, the rules be suspended, and said ordinance be read by number only 3 times tonight.
Second.
Moved by Catlin, seconded by Clabaugh, that ordinance 16-059 be read by title only 3 times tonight. A motion to suspend the rules is not debatable. Your vote, please. And that is approved 7-0. Ordinance number 16-059 by number the first time. Ordinance number 16-059 by number the second time. And ordinance number 16-059 by title the third and final time.
Mayor, I move that ordinance number 16-059 be passed and approved.
Moved by Catlin, seconded by Billsbach, that ordinance number 16-059 be passed and approved. Mr. Templemeyer?
On page 82, you have a map of the area that we're looking at. This is on West Court Street. It's owned by Robert Sandersfeld. He wants to sell off a portion of his property. To do so, he had to plat it and divide up the property. I believe his goal is to sell the storage units that are out there and retain ownership of the rest of the property. So what you have before you tonight is a plat to divide this parcel into two, so he can proceed with that sale.
Questions? Comments? Anyone from the public?
Is he gonna clean it up?
I know that was part of the requirements from planning and zoning. I believe some improvement has been made.
Not noticeably. I
Building
drive by-
inspector was going out there today to further reiterate the fact that it needs to be done.
Okay. I drive by twice a day.
No?
It hasn't, no. Okay, I just wondered, that was part of, I assumed it was part of the discussion.
Should that affect our vote, though?
Leaves his possession.
If he cleans, I mean, whether he cleans it up or not?
Does it change, if we go, is what you're asking, Joe, is if we go ahead and vote on this tonight and split the property, and then he says, I got what I wanted, I'm not gonna clean it up, do we have any ramification? Can we,
Go ahead.
I'll take this one.
okay,
Initially, when this one went to planning and zoning, it was noted by the city building inspector that there were not only zoning violations, but code violations. So there were both. Pursuant to the review by the Planning and Zoning Commission, they tabled the item until those were more succinctly resolved. So they waited, I believe it was 2 weeks, maybe a little further. They came up with an action plan that I believe Rob was comfortable with. In resolving it, some work got done. The zoning issues were kind of resolved as we knew that they would be. So they were good as long as the zoning issues were resolved. And so they voted, it was a 4-2 vote, and they moved it on to us here at City Council. And I believe Rob's okay with the zoning issues, and he'll continue to work even after passage, if that's what the board or the council does tonight, to correct code violations on the property. So, because it's already in the system, so it has to go until they're resolved now. Because otherwise it ends up with me, and then I'll resolve them.
I think there's 9 tractors that have to be removed. And he had assured us, or assured me, that that would be done.
yeah, you know, he's violating weed ordinance and too, and you've got some site obstruction issues there as well, and if staff is on it, I'm okay with it, but I'm with you, Joe. If holding up the vote would expedite it, then I would hold up the vote, because it needs to be, it's a mess, so. But I'm good if we're good.
Any other comments or questions? Anyone from the public?
So what do you guys wanna do? Do you wanna hold up this vote until it's cleaned up, or
Greg seems to think we're okay.
you think we're all right then, Greg?
They'll continue to be pursued the way we pursue all other code violations. So Chet has gone out there with Rob, they've photographed it, they've set their deadlines, sent their letters, they'll follow their process. If it's not resolved in the timelines they've given, then it comes to my office, and then I start filing cases and prosecuting for violations. Each day that they remain, as it states in the ordinance, that there's a code violation is a new violation. So,
Is there a fine system with that for
yeah,
every day?
likely $100 a day, minimum.
Well, it needs cleaned up. Ted and Joe's right.
All right. Any other discussion? Anyone from the public? Your vote, please. And that is approved 7-0. Ordinance number 16-059 has been approved.
I'm with you.
Next item is item C, ordinance approving the plat of the Sandersfield First Subdivision, City of Beatrice, Gage County, Nebraska.
Mayor, I move that said ordinance be given number 16-060. The title therefore be approved, the rules be suspended, and said ordinance be read by number only 3 times tonight.
Second.
Moved by Catlin, seconded by Parde, that the ordinance be given number 16-060, the title thereof approved, the rules suspended, and said ordinance be read by title by number only 3 times tonight. A motion to suspend the rules is not debatable. Your vote, please. That is approved 7-0. Ordinance number 16-060 by number only the first time. Ordinance number 16-060 by number the second time. And ordinance number 16-060 by number the third and final time.
Mayor, I move that said ordinance number 16-060 be passed and approved.
Second.
Moved by Catlin, seconded by Kerr, that ordinance number 16-060 be passed and approved. Discussion?
This is just the ordinance that approves the plat that you just got done talking about, so.
Any further discussion? Anyone from the public? And your vote, please. That is approved 7-0. Ordinance number 16-060 has been approved. Next item is item D, an ordinance to convey Lot 1, Hendricks Addition, to the City of Beatrice, Gage County, Nebraska, owned by the City of Beatrice, Nebraska, to Hybrid Turkeys, LLC.
Mayor, I move that said ordinance be given number 16-061. The title therefore be approved, the rules be suspended, and said ordinance be read by number only 3 times tonight.
Moved by Catlin, seconded by Clabaugh, that ordinance be given number 16-061, title thereof approved, rules suspended, ordinance be read by number only 3 times tonight. Motion to suspend the rules is not debatable. Your vote, please, and that is approved 7-0. Ordinance number 16-061 by number only the first time. Ordinance number 16-061 by number only the second time, and ordinance number 16-061 by number the third and final time.
Mayor, I move that ordinance number 16-061 be passed and approved.
Second.
Moved by Catlin, seconded by Billsbach, that ordinance number 16-061 be passed and approved. Further discussion?
This would be the real estate in the industrial park that we came in and replatted here a couple of months ago. By now, in the far north corner, these are the 3 lots that the hatchery is going to locate on. And so we've moved through that process. The next step you'll see is actually transferring the property to them so they can proceed with their plans on building out there.
Questions from anyone?
When do they hope to start building?
As soon as possible. We've got to get the final TIF documents in place and a few of those things arranged. You'll notice in the contract for sale of real estate, which is coming up, they want to do some phase 1 or phase 2 study on the ground out there, just to make sure it's environmentally clear. That may not hold up their construction though. So you may see construction within a matter of a couple weeks out there.
Okay. Rich?
Just to remind me, how many jobs are they talking here? 15, 20?
I think it was somewhere in that 12 to 15 range.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Somebody just asked me and I couldn't quite remember.
Any other questions? Anyone from the public? All right, your vote, please. And that is approved 7-0. Ordinance number 16-061 has been approved. Next item on the agenda, resolution number 5895, executing the contract for sale of real estate to Hybrid Turkeys, LLC.
Mayor, I move the resolution number 5985 be passed and adopted.
Moved by Catlin, seconded by Cook, that resolution number 5985 be passed and adopted.
Page 68 of your packets has the contract. Most notably, you'll see the purchase price is $60,000. It is contingent upon a couple of items. First, they have to get TIF financing in place. Second of all, as we discussed, they want to do a phase 1 and or a phase 2 study. So they want to make sure those come back clean. And then since they may start construction before the transfer of the property actually occurs, you'll notice in there that we just have the clause in there that says if they begin construction and start to move the dirt somehow and they don't proceed with purchasing the property, they have to put it back to its current status. But all plans, everything appears to be a go with this property. Other than that, it's a pretty standard contract as we've had every other time.
Any questions? Comments? Looking forward to their locating here It's going to be an awesome deal. Anyone from the public have any comments? All right, your vote, please. And that is approved 7-0. Resolution number 5985 has been passed and adopted. Next item is the public forum. Purpose of the public forum is for the presentation of an item by the general public for the city council for consideration at a later date. No discussion or action will be taken by the city council at this time. Is there anyone here for the public forum? From the public or does the council have anything for the public forum? Okay, we'll move to item 7, which is the city administrator's monthly report.
A couple of highlights that I want to point out. The police department, in cooperation with the Rotary Club and YMCA, is doing Stuff the Cruiser. Well, I believe this weekend they'll be out at Walmart. Anybody who purchases a new toy can place it into the cruiser or SWAT vehicle or whatever else we have out there at that point. They then will take those toys out to the YMCA where they'll be sorted and wrapped and then delivered to small kids who obviously need a toy this Christmas and don't have any other means to get one. So, wonderful program. People have an opportunity to take advantage of it. Hope they can.
Saturday, you said?
Saturday and Sunday, correct, Chief? So Saturday and Sunday, you'll be able to take advantage of them being out at Walmart and drop off a new toy. 6th Industrial Row, we received the permit today from Department of Roads for that project. And so we are continuing to move forward. You'll see that item going out for bid here within the next couple of weeks. And again, we're looking to have that construction occur in the early part of next year, so April, May. So it is done before 2nd Street is torn up in June, July, August. And so that's the plan. If everything goes according to plan, we'll kind of hopefully keep some parts of the town open. Grant Street, if you haven't driven by, is open. You can use Grant Street. It opened today, so that project has been not quite finalized. There's a few minor things on the side. They're finishing up some. Grant Street wasn't open? James told me today it was open, so. Well, James,
Open, Doug?
No, there's still construction.
Just take the barricades down, Doug.
it's just an excavator. We can drive around it. Well, James told me it was open. If not, it's going to be open here in a matter of a day or so. It'll be ready here soon.
I think there's some covers, they're not manhole covers, but.
Yeah, the inlet covers.
Inlet covers.
We were having some problems getting those. What we spec'd out is what the state uses, and we, for some reason, can't seem to find them anywhere right now. But other than that, it's the few side things that we've got to get cleaned up. We have to put a light pole back in what was Judge Wright's property. The electric department's going to install that. We have to plant a tree back, but everything else has been done on that project, so it's moving forward. Let's see. The unaudited numbers at the end of the fiscal year look good. So audit was in last week and doing their due diligence, going through all the books, but the general fund unrestricted account was down about $24,000 at the end of the fiscal year, so obviously not a bad overall year. Some unaudited numbers. If you look at the utility departments, all three, the electric, the water, and the wastewater all had increases this year, both in consumption and in total revenues. So other than that, any questions that anybody has?
Rich, did you have a question?
No.
Oh, I thought you had your hand up. Anybody? Anyone from the public? All right. Thank you, Tobias. Just a reminder that our next city council meeting will be December 5th at 7 o'clock in these chambers, and that we will have a work session on November 28th at 7 o'clock. Now I'd entertain a motion, Mr. Catlin, to go into executive session.
Mayor, I move that the Beatrice City Council go in closed session at 7:28 p.m. for the protection of public interest to discuss contract negotiations and real estate.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved by Catlin, second by Kerr, that the Beatrice City Council go into executive session at 7:28 p.m. for the protection of public interest to discuss contract negotiations and real estate. Your vote, please. That is approved, 7-0. Thank you all for coming.